shit. Let's do Warrior Man when we get up there. And then maybe like a girl.
Dog, and I'm sitting up here in the fabulous upstairs quarters of the Kung Fu Necktie on Front Street in Philadelphia. We just decided to book this show because for a bunch of reasons. One, we started to realize like when we started, we would play, we're always down to play, you know, and we tour a lot. But even though we tour a lot, we're home a lot. And during those times being home, it would be nice to play. It's just kind of like every time we've kind of stayed on this steady path of growth, and it never feels comfortable unless it's always understood in the context of where we came from. So with each step forward that we made, and in some cases some of those seeming like really going out on this weird like professional limb, like working with a producer or increasing like the production of our tours or doing those things that start to look like those things that when I would go see a band I'd be like, these guys are like, you know what I mean, like these, yeah. Every time that we've like built ourselves, like worked ourselves into doing those things, and you can step back and look and be like, gee, still like on tour, like loading out and stuff, and I'm like, there's just like this sprawl of gear, and I'm like, well, actually we need all this. Like none of this is gratuitous at all, but I can still recognize, like I remember when we'd all show up in a couple two-door cars and pull like crap out of the back, you know?
Still the same crap.
Yeah, so now you put it in cases, and now you've got all this other stuff, and like, and it's just like, I don't know, for us as a band, and I feel it more now than ever, especially after making this record, that the like whole like kind of the thing that we're mining still as we progress and change as songwriters and as musicians and as performers and everything is still the same exact thing that was there in the beginning. And so it's important for us to say do something like this or keep making our own records or like, I don't know, make stuff even though like the demand is beyond it or something, like to be very hands-on in the things that we do, even though we can't do enough of it, you know, like to still do it is very much what we're about, not in any sort of mission statement manifesto like here's what you all, like everyone who pays attention to Dr. Dog needs to value, but just simply what excites us. And it's kind of like the more you change, the more you stay the same thing. Like we are working in a full circle. Like when we started, it was just pure concept and pure idea and a little bit of know-how and a love for writing songs. And we've evolved, and as players, performers, engineers, producers, and everything, we've had opportunities that have taught us a lot of things, but still you can't step away from where you started, and it can at times you can feel like you need to start working with labels, or you've done this already, now you need to do this. Like that was what was up with the last record, like, oh, we've done all these records on our own, we should try one with a producer, we should try one in another studio, because all we have is just what we've scraped together, and all we can do is what we've taught ourselves how to do. So it's like, what do other people do? Other people who've got names on other records that other people have heard and all this, you know? And so you like step out on a tangent for a second and you try things and you see what is comfortable about it and you see what's uncomfortable about it, and you come back to where we started, same thing, and add what's useful to us and disregard what isn't. And so while I hadn't really analyzed it, this conversation does make me realize that the reason why an idea like this would come up and why everyone would immediately be like, oh yeah, awesome, let's play Kung Fu Necktie, is because we're all just eager to stay in the state that we started as, you know, to understand what we do as like the thing that we've always wanted about this, regardless of everything. And it's not a resistance to success or anything, it's just very much a part of what makes us comfortable being able to work in an increasingly more bigger context, I guess. We've played, like you play Terminal 5 in New York, sell out Terminal 5, huge show. We've got a light show, we've got a light man. It's like, wow, it's like bam, big time, you know? But the only reason it works for any of us is because when it's working up there, it just feels like 12 years ago. It's the same thing is always necessary to get you back to like how to enjoy yourself the most. And I think we're all pretty good, like this whole group of people and all we've all just, I don't know, it's just intuitive to want to stay in that place and continue to mine the essence of what got us into playing music in the first place. And so in my mind, I still understand our band to make perfect sense here tonight. Like, it's still a huge part of our understanding of what we do. And this whole new album was a big exercise in it too, and a big affirmation of it. Like, it was so much fun, and it felt like recording on the 4-track in like my basement in 1999. It felt like that, only we had like sweet mics and a bunch of dudes who can really play together. So it was like all these new tools, but the same essential spark of fun and exploration and acceptance and zero pressure. So I just realize even more, it's the kind of thing you don't really need to recognize until you step away from it, until you have an experience that pulls you from it and you find yourself kind of like, whoa, where are we? And then you start to realize, oh, that's where we belong. And not like, you know, you don't know home till you step away from it or whatever, this kind of concept. They're exciting in the closet.
Well, I'm coming out of the closet now. Don't tell my girlfriend.
You're out.
Hey, I'm approved for cash now.
Is that true?
Up to $1,000 cash payday loan, no credit check, cash wire, instant, real fast cash.
Dude, you're still keeping it real.
Don't you wish you got texts like that?